Hi, I'm Paula Begon of Paula's Choice, and I'm going to go through some of my favorite products. Let me start with Clinique's Rinse Off Eye Makeup Solvent. Actually, I used to use our Paula's Choice Gentle Touch Makeup Remover, which I loved, but had to stop when I got my eyelash extensions because this type of eye makeup remover doesn't work with eyelash extensions. So I couldn't stay with Paula's Choice. I had to find an eye makeup remover that just had solvents, just had detergent-like cleansing agents, gentle, of which Clinique's met that criteria. And it was pretty reasonably priced. So that's the eye makeup remover I've been using since I got my eyelash extensions. The other thing I use fairly regularly for, I would say, the past 12 years is Minoxidil. The trade name, it would have been Rogaine, but I use the generic version, which is Minoxidil. That's the active ingredient in Rogaine. And what that is an ingredient, an over-the-counter pharmaceutical that grows hair. Works in about 60% of the women who use it. Women go through what they call male pattern baldness, or you lose hair as your hormones change. And Rogaine, Minoxidil, the active ingredient, helps that grow back. Now, it's not kind of an all or nothing kind of thing where you don't have hair and then all of a sudden you got a ton of hair. But it absolutely made a difference, particularly in this part of my hairline where I was really losing hair. Minoxidil, pick it up at the drugstore. You can buy it at Costco in a set of 3 for pretty cheap. And you just rub it into the hairline, stop using it, which I have done when I get lazy, and the hair loss comes back. For blush, what's very tricky to find are blushes that don't have shine in them. Shine if you have any wrinkles or crepiness at all on your skin or dry skin, or you're trying to be taken seriously at work, sparkles don't work so good. So this blush from Cargo, and the color is Catalina, and you'll see how much I've used of it, is one of my favorite blushes. Now I know it looks really pink in the container, but I mix it with my pressed powder, my flat pressed powder with sunscreen, which gives it just a slight hint of color on my cheek for daytime, and then I can rosy it up a little bit more at night. Something else I've been using from the moment I created it is Paula's Choice Moisture Boost Hydrating Treatment Cream. Now I actually use this as my eye cream. My face is normal to oily combination, pretty much oily combination. And so all I use during the day for my moisturizer is my skin balancing toner. But around my eye area, which is really dry, that's what I use this for. It is loaded with antioxidants. It is loaded with skin repairing ingredients. It has some skin lightening ingredients in it. It works beautifully and feels great around the eye area, and it's gentle, no irritants. It's great. This is what I take besides sunscreen on a desert island, is my Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid. This is the, let's say, dare I say it, the best exfoliant out on the market if you have normal to oily combination skin prone to breakouts, which is my skin type, which is why I don't go anywhere without it. What it does is very gently, every night, wake up in the morning and your skin is smooth and even, spot treats blemishes, reduces blackheads, and I mean it sincerely when I say for most people, you will see a dramatic difference overnight. You can't say that for many products. I can definitely say that for this. To get my hair to look smooth and straight and feel silky, then it requires a silicone serum or a silicone liquid. In this case, I use Got2Be's Glossy, but there are dozens of these. And if you're spending more than $6 on one, and this is like 4 ounces, it's huge, it lasts forever because you only need the little bit of it to get the hair to feel silky and soft. You smear some of it on your fingers, rub it through the ends of your hair, try to keep it away from the root or it will flatten it. The less you use, the better, and it'll take a little bit of experimenting for you to learn how much you need to get your hair to feel like silk and not feel heavy. And if you have thinner, finer hair, I have pretty thick, coarse hair, then you would use one of the silicone-based liquids. But inexpensive, and your hair will feel like silk. The other thing that, I guess would be on a desert island with 3 things: sunscreen, my 2% BHA liquid, and my lip and body balm. Probably, actually I can say pretty unequivocally, one of the best lip balms you will ever use. I have one in my purse, I have one next to my bed, I have one next to my boyfriend's bed. Nobody leaves the house without it on or goes to bed without it on. What it does is it adheres to skin of the lips or wherever you want to put it, particularly on cuticles and heels and nails, beautifully. You put it on your lips, and at night, because you can't go to bed with naked lips, or you will still have chapped lips, and it's still on in the morning. It's that protection, that tenacious protection that helps keep moisture in the lips. You won't have chapped lips ever again. The other thing that I use, and I have to be careful how and when I use it, because I actually personally am allergic to retinol. Retinol is the whole vitamin A molecule. But if I use it only once every 3 days, I tend to not get a reaction to it. And then I get the benefit of retinol, which is an incredible cell communicating ingredient. Cell communicating ingredients tell skin cells to behave better, to act younger, to make healthier cells. And so being able to use a retinol serum, and in this case it's encapsulated so it's more gentle, and depending on how often you use it, you should be able to, even if you're like me and sensitive to it, you'll be able to use it. And then the other thing that I'm excited about, and actually I've stolen this from the company because it's a prototype, but I'm told I have to give it back now that I've brought it in, is we have, wait till you see this, it's gorgeous, a set of beautiful matte shade eyeshadows coming out in April, May of 2014. It is an unusual, gorgeous grouping of colors. One is because it is an incredible set of eyeshadows that can help you recreate any makeup design you see in a fashion magazine, any one, and they're matte. So they're not going to sparkle and flake and chip during the day. They're not going to make you look like you're glittering and, well, you know what I mean. And they're smooth and apply without heavy powdery and dripping all over the face. I guarantee you will love them as much as I do, and don't tell Nathan, but I am stealing these. So for the longest time, I had been a huge fan of Estee Lauder's Double Wear matte lipsticks, but they discontinued them. I'm one of the people who has to wear a matte lipstick, and a true matte lipstick, not one of those matte lipsticks that really ends up being creamy, because I have a problem with bleeding lipstick. Actually, I've had that problem all my life. I've had lines around my mouth, which has just been more problematic as I've gotten older. So now that I've been running around trying to find a replacement, what I came upon was Yves Saint Laurent's Rouge Matte, wait, am I going to get the name right? I'm still not getting the name right. Rouge Pour Couture, why these names? Rouge Pour Couture, the mattes. And in particular, what makes Yves Saint Laurent's interesting is that they have, in their matte collection, they have 2 shades of red that are beautiful shades of red. And in particular, it's very tricky to get red colors not to bleed. Beautiful options. Unfortunately, it's pricey, but the cosmetics industry just isn't good at coming out with matte lipstick shades. So let me go back to my flat iron. Love my flat iron. So what makes a flat iron so indispensable is that when you are trying to get your hair to go smooth and to lay flat, this is the tool that needs to become your best friend. It can be a little tricky to learn the technique, but you can have your hairstylist teach you. That's a great thing to have them help you with. But the general way to go about it is you have to use the highest heat, and then you have to section your hair into small sections. The bigger the section you take, the less you're going to get to all of the hair follicles, the length of the hair, to make them lay flat. So the trick with a flat iron is high heat, and then section the hair into the smallest sections to get the hair, all of the hair, to lay flat. So those are my favorite products. I'm Paula Begon from Paula's Choice. Thanks for watching.